Chapter 14:30, Entering the River. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Sovereign Immortal Aperture, Mini Green Heaven. A huge area of Rainbow Dream Realm floated in the sky, turning slowly as time passed. A lump of self-will was here, turning into Fang Yuan's appearance. It was very realistic. Within the self-will, there was some red date immortal essence and several goo worms. "This is the final attempt for now," Fang Yuan's self-will muttered as he started acting. As the red date immortal essence was expended, at the same time self-love, immortal goo and affection immortal goo were activated, followed by some supplementary mortal goo. Soon, a large amount of self-will gushed out, turning Fang Yuan's self-will into a several-meter-tall giant. After stopping his goo worm activation, Fang Yuan's self-will went to rest for a while. The entire self-will giant had shrunk by 10%. It was more dense and had greater ability to think for itself. Next, Fang Yuan's self-will activated another immortal killer move. This move had no name. Fang Yuan had created it recently to deal with the dream realm. The immortal killer move shined with bright lights, stabbing into the dream realm as if it was made of sharp swords. A few minutes later, Fang Yuan stopped his killer move. The entire self-willed giant shrunk until it was a baby size. The pile of red date immortal essence was almost fully expended. "I failed after all." Fang Yuan's self-will sighed deeply. During the battle of the dream realm, Fang Yuan obtained a lot of pure dream reality seeker physique bodies, but on the way to Western Desert from southern border, he sacrificed a large number of them to block the enemies. After that, the remaining pure dream reality seeker physique bodies that he still had turned back to dream realms when they reached their time limit, as they were incomplete bodies. Fang Yuan kept all these dream realms in Mini Green Heaven. Fang Yuan's sovereign blessed land had the arrangement of 5 regions and 9 heavens. The area was so huge that it would scare goo immortals to death. But most of these areas were filled with resources due to Fang Yuan's management. Only 2 places were empty. One was Mini Red Heaven, the other was Mini Green Heaven. Not long ago, Fang Yuan had chosen to fight the immemorial Year Monkey in Mini Red Heaven. As for Mini Green Heaven, it was used to contain dream realms. These dream realms were all invaded by Heaven's will. They were not uncontaminated, they were dangerously filled with Heaven's will. When Heaven's will lurked inside Fang Yuan's sovereign immortal aperture, Heaven's will would be able to connect with the outside world, even if the immortal aperture isolated it. Even if Fang Yuan had dark limit, he would be detected. Fang Yuan had learned this not too long ago. However, Fang Yuan was affected by the investigative killer move of Heavenly Court's Fairy Z-Way earlier, and he did not have dark limit. Since he was exposed anyway, he placed these portions of Heaven's will in his sovereign immortal aperture. There was no big deal. Fang Yuan had been thinking of how to use this Heaven's will to gain benefits. Exploring dream realms, taking the true meaning inside and raising his attainment levels. This was advantageous to Fang Yuan, especially when he chose these dream realms. They suited him very much. But they were currently being pursued while the dream realms were full of Heaven's will. All sorts of reasons made Fang Yuan unable to explore the dream realms properly. But what if I get rid of all the Heaven's will inside these dream realms? This thought appeared in Fang Yuan's mind and rooted itself firmly. Theoretically, it was possible. Because true meaning was contained within dream realms, when people explore them successfully, they could take the true meaning and increase the attainment levels. And because the Heaven's will invaded these dream realms, since it could enter, it could naturally be removed as well. Or rather, if Heaven's will could invade the dream realms, why couldn't his self-will do the same? In the 500 years of his previous life, Fang Yuan had heard of a certain wisdom path great expert who invented a wisdom path method to use wills or emotions to invade dream realms and explore them. All sorts of reasons confirmed to Fang Yuan that this was a possible way. But his progress was not smooth. He used many methods and created immortal killer moves, but they were not effective. Not only did he fail to even touch Heaven's will, the self-will's invasion of the dream realm even failed completely. It seems that my advantage in dream realms is only due to rebirth. If I look at it properly, I had no deep dream path research even in my previous life. Maybe when my wisdom path attainment level rises again in the future, I would have more progress. Fang Yuan calmly realized his insufficiency. He stopped hesitating. He started to use another immortal killer move on the dream realm. Soon these dream realms turned into pure dream reality seeker physique bodies. Fang Yuan inherited Purple Mountain True Monarch's inheritance. He naturally knew the way to turn dream realms into pure dream reality seeker physique bodies. Of course, the pure dream reality seeker physique bodies refined were incomplete, and because he lacked some immortal goo, these bodies were inferior to the ones Purple Mountain True Monarch created during the Battle of the Dream Realm. However, Fang Yuan was satisfied. He only wanted to move these dream realms out of his sovereign immortal aperture. Next, the dream realms in Fang Yuan's sovereign immortal aperture were all turned into pure dream reality seeker physique bodies and extracted. Next, under Fang Yuan's arrangements, these pure dream reality seeker physique bodies were all placed into the positions that Fang Yuan planned earlier. Next, he ordered them to self-detonate and turn into dream realms again. These dream realms formed a tight defense that could block enemies. Even if Heavenly Court's rank 8 Gu Immortals came, they would not be able to do anything to these dream realms. After his arrangements, Fang Yuan started to set up the Immortal Gu formation. Right now, he was deep under a nameless desert. There was a huge natural solutional cave. The sand here had mixed with gold, forming gold rocks. They were shining brightly. But the most attractive thing to Fang Yuan was that at the center of the cave, there was a tributary of the River of Time. The size of this tributary of the River of Time was smaller than the previous one, but it was more stable. Using Fang Yuan's Immortal Gu formation, he would be able to reach the River of Time using this tributary. Indeed, this tributary of the River of Time was the final one that Shadow Sect had in Western Desert. Fang Yuan started to set up his Immortal Gu formation. His formation path attainment level was at Grandmaster when he was chased by Heavenly Court. He had interacted with formation path the most, be it the Time Exile formation, Self-Cleansing formation, or Immemorial Year Beast Fishing formation. They were all Immortal Gu formations. These experiences made him more proficient in creating formations. Thus, he set up this Immortal Gu formation calmly and with great confidence. And as expected, Fang Yuan created the Immortal Gu formation in merely a few minutes. Binding Bing and the rest who were patrolling the area were immediately called back. Next, they went into his sovereign immortal aperture as Fang Yuan ordered Ying Wuxi, "You can act now." Immortal Killer, move Burning Soul Bursting Luck. Ying Wuxi used this Immortal Killer move once more. Because of Connect Luck, Fang Yuan and the rest would become very lucky for the following period of time. Fang Yuan wanted to use it himself too. But Burning Soul Bursting Luck greatly expended the Soul Foundation. He had used it once before. He had no foundation to use it again. Ying Wuxi was Spectral Soul's split soul. He had a deep soul foundation and could use Burning Soul Bursting Luck multiple times. But Fang Yuan could not let his soul foundation fall too drastically. Led soul into dream needed Ying Wuxi to have a strong soul foundation. Otherwise, it would easily result in a killer move backlash. If Ying Wuxi tries to use Laid Soul into Dream on a rank 8 and faces a backlash, he would end up in the dream realm himself and be unable to escape. Strength came with a price. One had to pay a price for everything they gained. The Immortal Gu formation resonated under its influence. The flowing tributary of the River of Time started to become turbulent. The waves were becoming fiercer. There were a huge number of myriad self-clones in Fang Yuan's sovereign immortal aperture. Together with Burning Soul Bursting Luck and the Immemorial Year Monkey, he had done all the preparations he could. He knew that this trip to the River of Time was dangerous, but he had to go. Immortal Killer Move Reverse Flow Protection Seal. Immortal Killer Move Ancient Year Beast Transformation. At the next moment, he turned into an ancient, desolate beast as the immortal formation burst out with strong light, charging into the tributary of the River of Time and creating a huge hole. Fang Yuan went in immediately. Swish, swish, swish. Huge waves caused countless ripples to form. The hole behind him only lasted a few breaths of time before vanishing. Fang Yuan's gaze was completely attracted to the sight in front of him. The river of time,